Good afternoon. I'm going to read it from the book because I still have to memorize things. But this is my women's study Bible that we have weekly. My What's Up, and I just wanted to show you, actually talk to you about Genesis, and it's Genesis 29, and it starts with the story of Jacob who marries Leah and Rachel. Now, keep in mind, these are two sisters, and after Jacob had stayed with him for a whole month, Laban said to him, "Just because you are a relative of mine, should you work for me for nothing? Tell me what your wages should be." Now, Laban had two daughters. The name of the older was Leah, and the name of the younger was Rachel. Leah had weak eyes, but Rachel was lovely in form and beautiful. Jacob was in love with Rachel and said, "I'll work for you 7 years in return for your younger daughter, Rachel." Laban said, "It's better that I give you to you than to some other man. Stay here with me." So Jacob served 7 years to get Rachel, but they seemed like only a few days to him because of his love for her. Then Jacob said to Laban, "Give me my wife. My time is completed, and I want to lie with her." So Laban brought together all the people of the place and gave a feast. But when evening came, he took his daughter Leah and gave her to Jacob. Now, keep in mind, he thinks he's going to receive Rachel, but Laban decided to give her Leah, which is the oldest daughter. Leah and gave her to Jacob, and Jacob lay with her. And Laban gave his servant girl Zilpah to his daughter as her maidservant. When morning came, there was Leah. So Jacob said to Laban, "What is this you have done to me? I served you for Rachel, didn't I? Why have you deceived me?" And Laban replied, "It is not in our custom here to give younger daughter in marriage before the older one. Finish this daughter's bridal week, then we will give you the younger one also in return for another 7 years of work." Can you imagine that? You're practically being forced to work another 7 years so you could attain the second sister. And Jacob did so. He finished the week with Leah, and then Laban gave his daughter Rachel to be his wife. Laban gave his servant girl Bilhah to his daughter Rachel as a maidservant. Jacob lay with Rachel also, and he loved Rachel more than Leah, and he worked for Laban another 7 years. Now, keep in mind, this is a relationship that has a lot of chaos because um, Jacob is working 7 years so he could actually marry Rachel, which is the youngest daughter. But the customs back in the day was first the oldest daughter had to wed, and then the youngest daughter would wed. So Laban, which was his uncle, was so smart. Then what he did, he tricked Jacob into sleeping with Leah, so he would have to marry her. And then he told her if he really loved Rachel, he would have to work another 7 years to be able to have Rachel as his wife, too. So this is just the beginning of a very dramatic competition between sisters, and how they dealt with all this chaos when it came to having children and talking to God and knowing what to do with God's instruction and how things were working then. So I just want to leave this with you so you could know a little bit. Um, Again, it's Genesis. You could read Genesis 29, If I'm correct, it starts in Genesis 29. Yeah, Genesis 29. And then you could read all the way to Genesis 30. And that will give you the whole setback of the whole drama on what goes on between these two sisters. So this is my impression of what is taught here in the Bible. So I would just leave this in the name of Jesus Christ as a testimony that I know that the Bible is our guide on this earth, and it teaches us how to deal with everyday lessons. So you guys have a beautiful afternoon. Take care.